Lantana Live Plant Collection. These are annuals that bloom all season long, and they're drought tolerant, which means they are low maintenance. $11 each because you're getting 3 of them, and 132511 is your item number. Okay, let's not get confused. They're not shamrocks, they're not roses, they're lantanas. Where did the name come from?
Because this is a lucky plant. It's so easy to grow. Rose refers to the color, so we're getting this gorgeous annual that is not like other annuals or other lantanas for that matter. Some lantanas will actually seed, and so you'll see like little black seeds all over them. These do not do that. Instead of a seed, they keep flowering. So
yes,
as far as an annual goes, that's what you want your annuals to do,
right,
is keep flowering. But our old-fashioned lantanas, they're not good enough for us. We want them to be fully in bloom all season long.
Yeah. And that's what, so these are going to be early?
So look at this, you have the ship sample in your hand, and all 3 of the ship samples have blooms on them. Right. Now again, yours may or may not, depending on what time of year you get your plant shipped out. But these are gonna be the plant that starts blooming right away. And by the end of this, by 4th of July, what you see here is what you will get.
You are gonna get.
They get to be, these are 1 plant per pot. So a lot of times people ask us that with our annuals, our sun patiens, our lantanas. Well, how many did you plant in there? 1, just 1. Wow. This is what you're gonna get. They grow to be about 16 inches tall and wide. So these fill in a nice area of space in your garden. If you're thinking about in-ground and doing that hedge that we've talked about, think about putting them maybe 14 inches apart. And so then you've got math,
right.
The amount of space that you would need, you need to calculate for maybe along a walkway. But the other thing I love, look how these are, kind of starting to hang. These are so beautiful in containers.
They are.
In hanging baskets, in window boxes.
Would these be your spillers?
These would be your spillers, or even they could be a filler. So it depends on what else you put in there.
They could be a filler and a spiller.
They could be both,
yeah.
Yep. So they're just one of those like do everything plants. And I know some of you might travel. Maybe you go to the shore, or on the weekends in the summer you travel.
Right.
These are what we call a weekend plant. So that some of our annuals are super thirsty and you go away for the weekend and they're just like, help me.
Yeah.
Lantana, you go away for the weekend in July, you come back, they look as good as the day you left.
Oh, that's really
nice. So
nice
it's really nice that these are one of kind of those set it and forget it plants. They have a slight fragrance too, Terry. Let me see if I can grab one in bloom, and a really kind of very fresh fragrance.
Ooh, I like
almost
that.
Citrusy fragrance, but it's not going to be too
It's
overpowering.
almost like a green.
Yeah.
Oh, that is nice.
It's
I like
different,
that.
and they are a pollinator plant. So some of our annuals are there to give us color, but they're not going to be one of the favorites of pollinators. Not these. The butterflies absolutely cover these plants. So they give you color. They're really easy. Long bloom season from when you get them out of the box until that frost, and they attract the pollinators. So
what
really
about
one of
the
those annuals. They're deer resistant. So that really pungent fragrance is something that the deer don't like, but our butterflies do.
Oh, see, okay, right there, deer resistant. We need the sound. It's a fireworks going on.
Yes.
I think that's what we should do. Drought tolerant, and so kind of all the good ones, drought tolerant. So, like you said, if you go away for the weekend, you don't have to call anyone to come in and water your plants. So drought tolerant, attracts the good ones, resists the bad ones, the pests like the deer, which come up to, they get bold.
They look in your windows. What you eating for dinner? I've already eaten everything out here.
I've had an appetizer, all of your pretty flowers that you worked so hard on. And for somebody new to annuals, we love them because they flower and they bloom early and they give us a pop of color.
I think that there is room in our gardens for everything. It's not just a perennial garden, not just an annual garden. You want trees, shrubs, you want to layer your garden in height, in color, in bloom time. So I love annuals because because not only am I always putting new things in my garden, so if it's a newer plant, it's small. I can't plant another perennial right next to it, so I fill in the spaces with annuals. So any new perennials that you pick up in the show, I suggest you pick up a few annuals this year.
Ooh, good
as
point.
it starts to grow. Your perennial will flower this year, but it's not going to be its full glory.
Right.
So the annuals will do that work of filling in the space, and maybe you'll find out you love them so much. You know, you'll want to have a border. You talked about like
Yes, I love the
lining them
borders.
along a border. Here they are in a hanging basket. You can see those beautiful bouquets. This lantana, the Shamrock Rose, its name is because of that color. Look at all of those variety of colors. So it's kind of like our Rio Samba rose.
Right.
As it starts out yellow, then it evolves into a little bit of a pink and then kind of that coral color. So you're getting so much bloom power, so much color that goes all season long.
With each one comes, they may not have the little blooms yet on them. Don't worry, they'll be coming quickly. $11.33 each. You're gonna get 3 of them. M132511 is your item number, and even the annuals have a warranty.
They do, which I love. 90 days is our annual warranty, which is practically your whole growing season. So you really know that you're taken care of when you shop with QVC, because we really guarantee our plants, which, Terry, not a lot of places do that. You know, you can shop here knowing that you're just gonna try something out, and if you don't like it, give us a call.
Yep, if it doesn't work for you, give us a call. Okay, here comes